From simple mud to a fancy plate, let's start a journey. Imagine the transformation that takes place, turning something as basic as clay into a beautiful, functional piece of art. It's a process that combines creativity, skill, and a touch of magic. Have you ever thought about how a plain dinner plate is made? It's not just a product of machinery, but a blend of human ingenuity and natural resources. Each plate has a story, a journey from the earth to your dining table. From the ground to your table, it's really interesting. The journey of a plate involves many hands and many steps, each one crucial to the final product. It's a testament to the dedication and craftsmanship of those who make it. We don't always think about these everyday things, yet they play a significant role in our daily lives. Plates are more than just vessels for food, they are a part of our culture and tradition. But making them shows how clever and skilled people are. The artistry involved in crafting a plate is remarkable. Each piece is a reflection of the potter's expertise and passion. Come with me as we learn how ceramic artists turn plain clay into pretty and useful plates. We'll explore the techniques and traditions that have been passed down through generations. We'll begin with the basic stuff, especially clay. This humble material is the foundation of our journey. It's fascinating to see how something so simple can be transformed into something so elegant. This comes from the earth and is what we make plates from. The process starts with sourcing the right kind of clay, which is then carefully extracted and prepared for use. But we need more than just clay. The selection and preparation of materials are crucial steps. Each type of clay has its own properties, and choosing the right one is essential for the quality of the final product. We have to pick the right kind, clean it up, and mix it with other things to make it just right. This process ensures that the clay is perfect for molding and firing, resulting in durable and beautiful plates. Going from a clay pit to your dinner plate shows how we mix art and science carefully. It's a journey that highlights the harmony between nature and human creativity, resulting in everyday objects that are both functional and beautiful. The big plan, making the molds. This is the first and most crucial step in our production process. Before we can even start shaping the clay, we need a plan. This involves meticulous planning and precise measurements to ensure everything fits perfectly. This is where the master die comes in. It's like a model of the perfect plate we want to make. The master die is crafted with extreme attention to detail, ensuring that every curve and edge is flawless. It's the blueprint for all the other plates we'll make. Think of it as the gold standard, the template that guides the entire production process. The master die is usually made from something strong and easy to mold, like plaster. Plaster is ideal because it captures fine details and is durable enough to withstand repeated use. Once the master die is done, we make lots of other molds from it. These secondary molds are essential for mass production. These molds are also made of plaster and are exactly like the master die. Each mold is a precise replica, ensuring consistency in every plate we produce. The master die is like a reverse shape, and we pour liquid plaster over it to make the molds. This process requires skill and precision to avoid any air bubbles or imperfections. After the plaster gets hard, we carefully separate the molds. This step is delicate. Any mistake can ruin the mold and affect the quality of the plates. Now they're ready to shape lots and lots of plates. These molds will be used repeatedly to produce a large number of identical plates. These molds are super important because they make sure all the plates look the same. Consistency is key in mass production, and these molds help us achieve that. Quality control is the final step. Each mold is inspected to ensure it meets our high standards. Only then can we proceed to the next stage of production. Time to dry, giving the molds some air. Brand new plaster molds are full of water. Before we can use them, they need to be completely dry. We can't just leave them out in the sun though. We have to dry them very carefully so they don't warp or crack. To make them dry faster, we often use special drying rooms. These rooms have the perfect temperature and not too much moisture in the air. Big fans blow air around to help the molds dry evenly. The air takes away the water from the molds, and the plaster hardens in a uniform way. This makes sure the molds keep their shape and don't break. The magic mix, getting the ceramic slurry right. Now that the molds are all set, let's talk about the most important part, the ceramic slurry. This isn't just any mud pie mixture. It's a special blend of clay, silica, and a plasticizer. Each ingredient has a big job in making the plate just right. Clay is the main ingredient and makes the plates moldable. Silica is like a secret ingredient that makes the plate strong and tough. And the plasticizer, it makes the clay even easier to mold and shape. We mix these ingredients in the exact amounts and stir them really well to make a smooth mixture. This is super important to make sure everything is spread out evenly and the plates don't have any problems. Section 5. Clay gymnastics, getting the clay ready in a pug mill. This is where the magic begins, transforming raw materials into workable clay. Before we pour the ceramic slurry into the molds, it needs a good workout in a pug mill. This step is crucial for ensuring the quality and durability of the final product. Imagine the pug mill as a giant, super strong mixer. What does it do? It takes the raw, unprocessed clay and transforms it into a smooth, consistent material. It gets rid of any air bubbles hiding in the clay and makes sure the texture is nice and even. This is essential for preventing weak spots in the final product. Inside the pug mill, big spinning blades mix and knead the clay. These blades are designed to handle large quantities of clay, ensuring that every bit is processed thoroughly. This does two important things. First, it ensures that the clay is free of air bubbles, which can cause defects. First, it gets rid of any air bubbles in the clay. These air bubbles can create weak points that may lead to cracks or breaks during firing. If we don't do this, the plates could crack or break easily. This is why the pug mill's role is so vital in the preparation process. Second, the pug mill makes sure all the clay is mixed perfectly. This uniformity is key to achieving a high-quality finish. This means the clay, silica and plasticizer are all spread out evenly. Each component plays a crucial role in the final product's strength and flexibility, making the pug mill an indispensable part of the process. Section 6. From lump to plate, shaping the clay. The clay is ready, so let's make some plates. The smooth clay is now ready to become a plate. This is where the molding process gets really precise and efficient. First, we divide the clay into equal portions and weigh them carefully. This makes sure all the plates will be the same. These portions, called wads, are then put onto spinning molds. A special tool presses down on the clay, making it fit perfectly into the mold. The spinning motion makes sure the pressure is even, so the plates have the same thickness and a smooth surface. Section 7. Industrial ingenuity. Making plates on a large scale. These days, people want a lot of things, so factories have changed how we make everyday items, including plates. Mass production helps us make many plates quickly, while keeping them affordable and similar. One common method is using automatic molding machines. These machines do everything, from putting the clay in to pushing out the shaped plates. A special roller head presses the clay into the molds with the perfect amount of pressure so all the plates are uniform. This automated process makes production much faster without sacrificing quality or precision. Section 8. The art of refinement, drying, trimming and smoothing. Once the plates have their shape, it's time to make them perfect. This step is important to make sure they look great and are strong enough. The first step is drying. Freshly molded plates have a lot of water in them. If we don't dry them properly, they can crack or warp when we bake them. So we carefully put the plates on drying racks and let the water evaporate slowly and evenly. Once the plates are dry enough, we fix any imperfections. Skilled workers carefully trim the edges, making a smooth and even rim. They smooth out any rough spots, creating a polished and refined surface. Section 9. Trial by fire, transforming clay into ceramic. The last and most amazing part of the journey is firing. This is where the simple clay completely changes and becomes strong, heat-resistant ceramic. The plates are carefully stacked inside a kiln, a special oven that gets incredibly hot. As the kiln heats up, the intense heat forces out any remaining moisture from the clay. But more importantly, it causes a chemical reaction within the clay itself. This reaction changes the clay's structure forever, turning it from a soft material into a hard, durable ceramic.